Well, holy shit. That was not what I expected from Super Lovers. That was a bit more graphic than I expected. I imagine it was a lot more graphic in the manga, but still, it kind of blew my mind how far they went in this episode. Jesus. So, I mean, straight away, I have to say, God, that was weird, man. I mean, Haru taught him how to touch himself by basically giving him a hand job, let's be honest here. Haru gave Ren a hand job in the bath, said, oh, let me take care of you. Jesus Christ, man. That was so much more than I expected from the actual anime. I kept hearing people saying there wasn't going to be any sexual stuff until like much later in the manga. But God, man. A lot happened. They've done a lot of growing. Ren's grown up. Ren's finally going through puberty. A little bit delayed, but I mean, it's signs that he's growing and developing in a slightly normal way. Most people would have gone through that when they were 13, but at least he's finally reaching that point. So hopefully the emotional development will start in after a while too. Jesus Christ, man. I'm trying not to giggle throughout this review. Sorry this one is late. I actually watched this episode at the right time, but then I had stuff to do on Wednesday, and on Thursday I was busy all day. So, yeah, this one was delayed because craziness, man. So that opening scene in this episode, where Haru woke up to Ren having boobs, man. That was just hilarious. He wakes up all freaked out and he's like, Mom, Dad, I'm a terrible person. That was brilliant. Because I love it, because it shows what kind of person Haru really is. Yes, he likes Ren, but Ren seems to be the first boy he's actually fallen in love with. And so he kind of still wishes there were boobs there. Plus he has this new DVD of a girl that looks a lot like Ren, but female, and, you know, with a female body, which he's more used to, which he's been getting off to. God damn it, man. Okay, no, I need to calm down. Basically, this series has just gotten a whole lot more mature, and I need to start acting like that, because so far this has been quite cute fluff, but with very developed characters. And now the developed characters are getting to the point where Ren's hitting puberty, and Haru's having to deal with that, and we're seeing what Haru's been dealing with in the background of this. Because there were times when he was like, oh God, this kid turns me on so much. How does this kid do this kind of thing? But we never really saw him get to this kind of point where he had to release his sexual frustrations. Oh man. The giggling is real in this episode, guys. So yeah, it was deep. It was interesting. It was fun to see Ren learning about his body and growing up. It was a bit weird to see Haru trying to teach him that as like a 24, 26-year-old adult at this point. The bathroom scene, man. No. Nope, too much. Too many sounds. Okay, so aside from the fact that it was a bit too sexual for me personally, I mean, I've watched Shoujo Romantica. Normally, they would just go in with like the kissing kind of thing, and then eventually it would skip to the end of the scene. So you'd know exactly what happened, but it wouldn't be quite as graphic as this felt. Or maybe it's just because Ren is so young, I was hoping they wouldn't quite get to that point so soon. But I mean, it completely makes sense to the story. And in this episode, there was a ton of character development, like a ridiculous ton. Ren literally went through puberty, had that moment where his heart went doki doki for Haru's naked body and his hugs. So that's actually really adorable. He's growing up, he's had that whole moment where he literally said to Haru, most guys would feel this way when looking at a female body, but when I feel like this, all I think of is Haru's face. That was so damn cute. And then he was freaking out about it, saying how weird it is and how wrong it is, and oh man. That was just so sad. Ren was so conflicted with his feelings, calling himself broken. I'm glad Haru managed to get him kind of over that. So yeah, this was a great episode for their development. Really sad to say that this is the second to last episode. I'm wondering what they're going to do for the final episode, because God, that got mature, but it didn't really set up any major conflicts. I thought there was going to be like a major conflict set up and then a big bang for the final episode. Not that kind of bang. Just pointing that out there. Kiyoka was, as always, brilliant in this episode. I mean, her teasing Haru about the porn DVD was just funny. But then her trying to teach Ren to massage his chest so that she'd grow out, like, small breasts, man, that's messed up. And Haru's reaction to it was brilliant. Just the whole, well, if I can do it instead of you. God damn it. That was so messed up. And I loved how Ren punched him in the face because it's just funny. Haru's literal response just being, not the face, how many times have I told you? Oh man, the abusive relationship is real in this shit, just not the way you'd expect. And to everyone who said that I would probably like the doctor, the school nurse, you are completely right. For one thing, really freaking well designed character. He's a really attractive dude. Those angry eyes, the hair, man. Awesome sauce. Also the fact that he just openly came out and was like, oh, maybe you need to jerk off a bit more. That was messed up, man. I don't think I've ever had like a school nurse or even being someone who's been trained to teach sexual education to children. We definitely don't get told to tell children that kind of thing. Jesus Christ, man. He was so open about it. And then I could totally agree with like the best friend whose name I've currently forgotten, that the school nurse should have been a hot chick. I totally felt his pain, like going in there expecting a hot chick and seeing a man. But nah, the dude was hilarious. Doubt he's going to get many more scenes, which kind of sucks. But he was hilarious in that little scene that he did have. Even if he didn't actually teach Ren much, it kind of hinted in the direction the episode was going. Man, it was greatness. So yeah, this episode was good. It ended on that cliffhanger of like, oh my god, Haruko's coming. And is Haruko coming to take Ren away from Haru? Like, has it gotten to that point after reading Ren's email that Haruko's not sure if Haru's looking after Ren properly and thinking if they're engaging in a sexual relationship now, maybe she needs to take Ren away? Like, just not so much for his safety, but for the fact that he's too young to be living with what is essentially becoming a lover at this point. In which case, that would be a very interesting conflict set up for the final episode, but they just dropped out at the cliffhanger. Should be fun. It looks like Haru and Ren kind of run away from everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. It should be exciting. I just hope they don't set out Haruko to be like a bad guy kind of thing. Like, I would totally see where she's coming from if she wants to separate them and get them to live separately. As long as they handle it the right way. If they just make it overblown and silly and Haruko like goes insane or something, I don't know. We'll see how they handle it. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment section below. If you like this review, then wreck that like button like you mean it. And I will see you guys next time for the finale.